Hey, what's up, everybody? So, I have a few projects going on in this here fish room, and I got a couple things I want to talk about, keep you updated on, and I think I have a new way of doing that. Now, the amount of projects that I'm starting and that I want to keep you updated on, it'd be kind of awkward to make each one an individual video. You know, be a lot of editing, and to be honest, I'm not the kind of creator that likes really making videos about doing builds and like showing you the actual building. I kind of more like talking about the story. So that's what got me thinking, how can I keep you guys updated on all these different projects, keeping it easier on me, and also keeping it. What the heck is this? You guys see that? Is that a gray beard here? Oh god, I'm stressed, guys. But anyways, how do I keep you guys updated on all these different projects? Keep it fun for me, keep it entertaining for you, and I think I'm gonna do it rolling vlog style. We're gonna kind of come into the fish room in the morning, or whenever on these days that I record these projects, and we'll just talk about everything we got going on. We have a lot of fun stuff to talk about, guys. I have like a terrarium project I recently just made progress on. I have this big 33 long project that we're gonna be starting. This is not a 33 long. That's a 22 long. But that's getting an upgrade, and it's a project that we're going to be building together with the community. So if you guys are interested in live streams, you could show up Wednesday mornings at 11 a.m. or sometimes Saturdays 7 p.m. Me and my buddy Brant have a show as well, and we should be getting back on rolling with Saturday episodes soon here. It's been a little hard to get to that, family stuff. So back to the matter at hand. We are going to be doing basically rolling vlog style videos. I'll put them out there. I'll give you guys an update. I'll show you some progress shots of different things I'm doing. And I think it'll be more entertaining. I think it'll be more interesting instead of making specific edited videos about projects. This will be more fun, I think. All right, so now this is our first fish room update, fish room project update. This is a, what do you call it? Paludarium, vivarium, terrarium, whatever, one of those things. Terrarium basically with water. All right, we have the water down there. Okay, this was a 5-gallon. Now, the 5-gallon just didn't cut it for me. It was small. I also wouldn't have felt real comfortable keeping a lot of different animals in there, or who knows what I would have ended up with in there. So I upgraded it to a 10-gallon. And what's cool about this 10-gallon is with the 33 long, it will fit perfectly. The 33 long will fill up the rest of this gap here, which is actually the idea for the entire project. This is going to get upgraded to that 33 long, so we'll have that filling up here. We're also going to drop this shelf down. We'll get to that in a second, though. So the terrarium project. Voila. Now, what's interesting about this terrarium, all right, is how I have this water thing here. You see that? You see how it's shooting up water? That's an air-powered uplift tube. Just plugged it into my air system. All right, so it's actually spitting water out. Makes a little bit of noise, but it's actually not too bad when you have the lid on. You can't even really hear it. And it's basically keeping everything moist. It's shooting water all over. And, with the lid and everything, it does capture a lot of the humidity, but I just like to keep some of that water movement. And under all of this rock and plants and everything, like under here is actually a bunch of sponge material. And that, I think that's going to keep this a super healthy ecosystem. Now, you do see that I have a lot of cleaning up to do. That's some bits of sphagnum moss that kind of got washed into the water. Was having some issues with the other uplift tube. So you can see I have 2 air tubes. Now this is just kind of shooting water like a sprinkler, getting everything kind of randomly. And we have one other airlift tube right over here, which this one is working decent. It's not working as good as I was hoping for. In reality, I think it just needs more water overall. Like, it just needs a deeper pool of water to pull from, and we'd get a lot better water pull. But you can see it's lifting water up, and it is keeping this moist. So, I mean, it's doing its job. just not as powerful as I was hoping for. So yeah, so we upgraded the 5 gallon terrarium to a 10 gallon. Now that was quick, and I mean, I had the 5 gallon set up for maybe a week, and I just kept looking at it, and I was like, you know what? Before I let this thing really get established and really set up, you know, do I should just upgrade it. So that's what I ended up doing. Now, I did create this vivarium, paludarium, terrarium thing, terrarium with water, whatever, with the intention of getting a creature. Now, I'm not exactly certain about what creature I want to get. I was thinking a lot about, I really wanted newts. Not certain that the water feature is exactly big enough for them, but it's a 10 gallon. And from what I've seen online, I could definitely get away with newts. It'd be really cool to get a pair of them and breed them, but I don't know if that's actually the correct setup. Didn't really do my research. I more wanted a thing I like to look at and then a creature. If that makes sense? Originally I was going to do vampire crabs, and I still might do vampire crabs, but I'd had the brackish crabs. What are those? Fiddler crabs at one point. Very boring. It just didn't do it for me. So still thinking about what we're going to put in there. If you guys have any suggestions, you should totally comment them and let me know. Because, speaking of, the 33 long over there, that project that I was talking about, that'll be the next thing we talk about. That's actually a community build. All right. And now, obviously, it's my tank, and I have to take care of it here. So I'm going to take the reins on, what we end up doing. But I'm going to give you guys options on which ways you guys want to take and what you want to see in there. And I've already taken a lot of those into consideration. And the one consideration that a lot of people had was a Tetraodon arabesco, which is the red eye, red tail puffer, right? Now, I looked into the guy that imports a lot of the fish, a lot of the rare fish in my area, and he's saying that he's going to keep an eye out for those. So that might be what ends up going in that 33 long. Just might be. So keep an eye out for that. And if you guys have any other suggestions, also comment those, because we're looking for fun stuff. It's a 33 long. It's going to be an awesome project. So let's actually talk about that project right now. Okay, so if you guys recognize, and if you watch my lives Wednesday mornings, Saturday nights, this is about, where my camera setup is. It sits about right here, maybe a little bit different angle. And then I fill up that corner right there, right? And so what you notice is there's a lot of empty space. You see a lot of the empty space with the light, right over here. And I just want to tighten that up. I want more, want you to be able to see the tanks better. While I'm live, I also want to be able to see them better. And I think the way I'm going to do that is like this. So you see this line right over this tank. There's a line right to this, the Fishroom Punk poster, right? And if you follow that line, there's it's not even, right? I think that if we make this line even with this shelf, like this, that it's going to make, it's going to make this, didn't mean to cover up the lens there. It's going to make this shot, the live shot, so much cooler. Just imagine bringing that shelf down a bit. Now, it's probably going to go a little bit lower than I was saying. Probably, I don't know. I'm going to try to see how low I can go and still be able to work on these tanks with ease. Oh my God. I wish I could have showed you guys what just happened there. Hold on. All right, so I was just walking and talking, doing my thing, and literally just tripped onto this here seat. It was behind me, and I fell onto it. Luckily, there was a seat there. I mean, if it wasn't there, I wouldn't have tripped, so I guess whatever. But, whoo, the things you don't see. Cameraman never dies, right? Just got to keep recording. All right, so we're going to shore up that, I guess you would say. Basically bring it, I want to bring the shelf down even with where those lights are. That'd be ideal. And then put that 33 long. So the steps to this are what is interesting, right? So I've already made a few of the steps. So if you remember, I had a 10-gallon tank here for guppies, right here where the sponge filter stand is. check that out, guys. That's a little stand I made for the sponge filter keychains. Pretty awesome, right? And the 3D buckets. But anyways, so I had a 10-gallon right here. I took that down, drained it out, dismantled it, and that's actually the 10-gallon that I used for this. And that's actually why I ended up upgrading it, because I wasn't going to buy a 10-gallon tank for this terrarium build, but since I ended up freeing one up, boom, so we upgraded it, okay? So we upgraded to this. So that's it was first step. You know, I had to get rid of that tank. I have my 5-gallon CPD breeding setup back there. That actually probably might just stay back there, just like that. It's pretty decent. It's an ugly tank anyways, so no one really needs to see it. Works for me. And then we will clear out this. So I think I'm going to move these black mollies down into this tub right here. I already threw 2 of them in there, I think. And I'm going to throw the rest of them in there and then work on slowly moving the rest of the livestock to whatever tanks I could fit them in that they won't upset whatever is already in there. Like, this tank's not getting nothing. That's a blue shrimp colony. And hopefully the cardinal sulawesi's are in there somewhere. I haven't seen them in a little while. So, but that is that. And yeah, so get rid of the black molly, or not get rid of the black mollies, but move the black mollies out of there, evict them, pull as many shrimp out of there, and then also start pulling plants out and moving those to different tanks, like the big red crypt becketi, which is just melting back quite a bit, probably because of how cold it got in here recently. That is going to get pulled out and probably put in here, which I think is going to make that actually look really, really cool. And it'll get some real good light. I think it's going to help it grow nice and healthy. So then we'll pull that out. We'll pull the rest of those Anubias chunks out and throw those in different tanks around. Maybe I'll have a sale on some corkscrew Val locally and see if people want to pick up some of that stuff. And then I'm going to save that substrate, and all the substrate that I take out of tanks. Besides for that, the guppy tank, when I removed the guppy tank, that had dirt. So I just threw the dirt out because I'm not messing with the dirt. But any of the tanks that have this, like pea gravel and there's aqua soil in here, I'm going to take all that and I'll fill the bottom up of the 33 long with the old substrate, and then get some new substrate to make the top look nice and pretty. But we're going to have a lot of elevation and stuff in the tank, you know what I mean? Like hills and valleys, and when you use the old substrate, you could fill in the bottom, cover the top, and then you don't need to buy as much substrate. You get to reuse this old stuff. And this is actually pretty new. I mean, this tank, if you guys remember, this tank was just set up just a couple months ago. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes happening because that's what's fun for me. So we're going to do that, and boom. Let's talk about one more thing, and then we'll hit the road. Okay, so this is the Val Scenario tank. If you guys remember me talking about this, I did a build video on it. Disappointing. It's just disappointing. It looks cool, and honestly, maybe if I had a better light, it would look better. But it just doesn't do it for me. So this is also going to be getting a rebuild. And rebuild is probably not the best word. Honestly, I'm just pulling out a bunch of Val and just putting some more stem plants in there. Probably some Rotala, Pogostemicelatus octopus. You know, maybe I throw that big red crypt becketi in here as the centerpiece and build around it. But this just needs to change. The fish are finally where I like it, but the plants just need to be better. More interesting. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. All right, sweet. So that's all the projects that you guys really needed updates on. I'm going to keep this rolling, vlog style, you know, show you guys some of the projects. It's going to be really fun, so make sure you, you know, check that subscribe, notifications, or just, you know, comment, let me know that you're enjoying it, because, yeah, I'm just having fun, so I'm hoping you guys are too. Keep in mind, guys, I am Outside in Aquatics, and OutsideInAquatics.com has some awesome merch. We have a sponge filter keychain. Boom. We have Fishroom Punk stickers. We have 3D buckets. Boom. 3D printed buckets. These are mini water change buckets. What I like to use them for is brine shrimp. You can serve up your little brine shrimp hatches, drain them out into there, and then go around and serve them to all your individual tanks. Super nice, super easy, and then you're not getting it confused with any of the cups in your kitchen, if you have a kitchen fish room, like me. So we have that, and like I said, the Fishroom Punk stickers. Those are stickers that represent fish keeper personalities. So if you guys like those, check them out. I have a bunch of different videos. You can see the different types and start collecting them all. Catch y'all later. Much love.